If you're an introverted software developer, the kind who hates networking, posting on LinkedIn, and selling, and you dream of one day getting rich, especially in 2025, then this video might be the first video that actually makes sense to you. Because for most of my life, I was that guy. You see, I've been in this game for over 7 years already. I started off as a regular dev for my high school robotics team, then went to UCLA to conduct research on human consciousness, then went to NASA as a computer engineer, and finally ended my professional career as a software engineering consultant for Fortune 500 companies. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to win as an introverted solo developer without having to fake a personality, without needing to go viral, and without needing a huge team behind you. So let's start with the fundamental flaw in how most developers think about wealth and getting rich. The common belief is that to become a rich software engineer, you must first be a good software engineer. And it makes sense. You want to make more money as a doctor, you got to be a good doctor. You want to make more money as a trader, you got to be a good trader. And for decades, good in software sense meant one thing: your technical ability, how well you could write clean and efficient code. So your entire career was built on this assumption. But here's the contrarian take that you need to understand. That era is pretty much over. Your technical skill, the very thing you thought was your ticket to the very top, has become a commodity. Why? Well, there's two reasons for this. First, the global talent pool. You're no longer competing with a developer in the next cubicle. You're now competing with a highly skilled, low-cost developers from all over the world. From Asia, from China, from Latin America, literally everywhere. Second, and more importantly, it's AI. Tools can now write, debug, and optimize code for a fraction of the cost and time. So the expectation that your coding skill alone will make you valuable has been pretty much completely shattered by this new reality that we're living in now. So if the creation of code is no longer the most valuable part of the equation, well, what is? And that brings us to our first critical point. The skill that isn't a commodity is strategic communication. Now, if you're an introvert and you hear the word communication, you're already probably thinking, okay, this guy's gonna talk about sleazy sales tactics or faking an extrovert personality. But that's not what I'm talking about at all. In the world of software engineering, strategic communication isn't necessarily about being the loudest person in the room. In fact, it's about the complete opposite. It's about your ability to translate value and build confidence. Now, translating value means you stop talking about what you do and you start talking about the outcome that you actually create. For example, instead of saying, I will build a React front end with a Node.js backend, you say, I will build a system that cuts your customer onboarding time in half, saving you over 20 hours of manual work every single week. So one is a technical description, while the other one is a business solution. And building confidence simply means showing a client or an employer that you are the safest and most reliable choice out there. And you do this by asking smart questions that actually show you're thinking at least 5 steps ahead, not just about the code, but rather about the business entirely, about their business goals, their potential roadblocks, and their long-term success. Now, keep in mind, this isn't just about small talk. It's actually about demonstrating deep understanding and foresight with regards to their problem. And mastering this type of communication is how you will climb not only the corporate ladder faster, but you'll also land better opportunities, and if you choose, you'll be able to acquire your own clients outside of a 9-to-5 way easier. But that was just the what. You still need a specific framework to apply this, right? I mean, a way to communicate value without feeling like you're selling your soul, especially as an introverted solo developer. And I would say this is the most important part of this video, and it's where your introversion actually becomes a superpower, so pay careful attention. This is about a framework that I call the bridge. You see, after years of personally struggling with this myself, I realized that the entire premise of selling was wrong. The secret isn't to necessarily convince people to buy your product or your service. The secret isn't to get them to convince to hire you. The secret is to understand this. It is never about you. People don't buy your service. They simply buy their way out of their current situation, specifically their painful situation. Imagine they are stuck on one side of a canyon, a place of inefficiency, lost revenue, or frustration, and they want to get to the other side of the canyon, a place of growth and success. Once you understand this, your job changes completely. You are no longer a salesperson. You are now an architect. And your one and only job is to design a bridge to get them from their current situation to their desired outcome, connecting the canyon. And that's pretty much it. Your entire focus shifts from, okay, how do I convince them to hire me, to what I need to do to build the most stable, efficient, and direct bridge for them. And when it comes to the bridge, think of the steel beams as your clear deliverables. The foundation of the bridge is your understanding of their core problem, and the guardrails are your transparent updates that will make them feel safe and secure throughout the entire process. And this truly simplifies everything, because now you're not selling a personality, you're not faking anything. You are demonstrating a plan, and you're using your introverted strength, so your deep thinking skills, your observation skills, and your logic, to architect the best possible solution for them. So this framework removes the pressure of having to be this charismatic, extroverted salesman, because it's not about you, it's not about your skills, it's not even about your services. It's all about them and their problem. So when you can clearly show someone the bridge that will take them from pain to relief, they don't need to be sold. You don't need to do any selling. They will walk across that bridge willingly as long as they know it's safe to cross. So let's bring this all together. The path to getting rich as an introverted solo software developer in 2025 isn't about being the best technical coder anymore. That's the old world. The new world is built on two core ideas. First, understand code is a commodity. Your real value now lies in your ability to communicate solutions. More specifically, how well you can tie your own skills to existing problems and solve them. Second, it's not about you. True communication isn't about faking a personality. It's about using the bridge framework that we discussed to architect the path from your client's problem to their solution. So if you focus on this genuinely, you will no longer be considered just a developer. You'll be an actual problem solver. And that is what will make you truly wealthy. As always, thank you so much for watching and have a good one.